FM station. I am Ferry Josephine, one of your co-hosts on the program Hello at Work. And today, as usual, the program is coming your way again. And as always, it's promised to be entertaining, interesting, and of course, educative. I am not alone in the studio today. I am with don't talk.
Very good morning to you, Comrade Ferry Josephine. I remain Rukayet Sani Ibrahim, and I warmly welcome you to another edition of the program Hello at Work.
You would have left me
Ferry Josephine, how is your weekend?
My weekend was fine, but Auntie Ruke,
well, you know you are sitting on a time bomb, so don't dare me this morning.
All right, I'm keeping quiet.
For you to join this particular conversation, you can go to our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM TV. Just like our page and drop your comments, and we'll take your comments directly on the program. Go to our YouTube page at Unity TV and our WhatsApp page at Unity Radio FM TV. The number for you to send in your comment or contribution is 08037497127. 08037497127 08037497127. All right, the comrade today is sitting on a time bomb, and I got what to shut her up this morning, so she won't dare me this morning.
Now you have a hold on.
You don't want to dare me.
I won't. I won't. But then I know you won't do that to me. You won't.
All right, we have this conversation, or let me say a story this morning for your listening. And first story reads: Namibia plans to kill more than 700 animals, including elephants and hippos, and distribute the meat. Now, Namibia is planning to kill more than 700 wild animals, including elephants, zebras, and hippos, and distribute the meat to the people struggling with food insecurity as the country grapples with its worst drought in 100 years. Now, the animals said to be called inside 83 elephants, 30 hippos, 60 buffalo, 50 impala, 100 blue wild beasts, and 300 zebras. The country's Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism announced. Now, they will come from national parks and communal areas with sustainable game numbers and will be killed by professional hunters, the ministry said in a press release. Now, the aim of the program is to help alleviate the impacts of drought in the southwest African country. Namibia declared a state of emergency in May as the impact of drought worsened. An estimated 1.4 million people, around half the population, are expected to face high levels of acute food insecurity. Now, the calling program will take pressure off water resources by reducing wildlife in areas where their numbers exceed available grazing and water. It also aims to reduce the potential for conflicts between elephants and humans, which can increase during drought when animals search for food and water can bring them into contact with people. Now, to this effect, 83 elephants from identified conflict areas will be killed, and meat will be allocated to the drought relief program. Southern Africa is a stronghold for elephants, home to more than 200,000. These animals have also been negatively affected by drought, with hundreds believed to have died across the region last year as their water sources dried up. Now, meat from other animals said to be killed will also be distributed to those struggling with hunger, according to the ministry, which pointed to people living in rural areas as being particularly affected. Now, more than 150 animals have already been killed, providing more than 125,000 pounds of meat, the ministry said. We are happy that we can assist the country in this very difficult time and when it's absolutely needed, it said. Some have criticized the government's plan. However, it risks setting a dangerous precedent of reliance on wildlife populations to solve human problems. Where are the animals, those who stand for the rights of the animals? I'm fully behind you. For Josephine, what's your own opinion on this particular story? Because animals cannot be killed because of humans.
They're not killing all the animals.
They also have their right, you know.
They have their right. But to me, I would say sincerely, I'm commending the government of Namibia for doing this. Now, people will not die because they need to save the life of an animal. Right? In as much as they didn't just wake up overnight to say we're killing the animals in Namibia, but then to save its citizens. I wish Nigeria, our government, would be this pitiful.
Do you have...
Because we are going through a lot
of animals.
We're going, apart from even the animals, our government can do other stuff. But then this government, they have its people at heart. And sincerely, to me, is a commendable effort towards safeguarding the life of did I use safeguarding? Now, towards saving its people, right? Towards helping the people. Now, people cannot go hungry. They are experiencing drought. And that means practically there won't be food. And then the animals also, you heard when they said to also prevent human and elephant fights. Because, of course, there will be clashes. Now, there is no water. The elephants have to leave the bushes, the where they are, to go out in search of water.
So there will be a clash.
There will be a clash, and humans. Do you understand? So in order to protect them, also it's a win-win thing. It's a both side thing. Protect the humans and also the animal. So it's better for it to be coordinated than for it to just be left and then it later escalates. To me, it's a commendable effort by the state, by that government. Unlike our country, Nigeria, we are also going through a lot.
Yeah,
we are. People are going hungry. Like I something happened in my community through the weekend. This woman came and met me and was crying. I'm telling you, I am not even exaggerating. She was crying, like literally crying. As of Sunday morning, that is yesterday, she wasn't even having what to eat with her children. I'm telling you, she wasn't having what to eat with her children. She came and was complaining to me, and then this is what is happening in the community. And then they that even need the relief materials are not the one that are being given. Now that is 1 out of 1,000 of people like that. She have me to talk to. She have me to come and me to talk to. What of the other people that don't have people that they can talk to? Maybe you're not confident enough to go and meet someone and ask, please, I need help. I don't even have. And that woman that I'm talking about, she has children. I think the oldest is 7 or 9. The youngest is about a year plus. Little children that need food. And then at the point she was telling me it was almost 11 or 12. And then that means they haven't had breakfast. You have people that are suffering. And then what are our government doing? Close to nothing. Only high in prices on a daily basis.
But some relief materials have been distributed, along. There is this rumor going about that, the federal government personally and state governments also extended a hand of friendship to some of our leaders, let's say community leaders, some of the religious leaders. They have entrusted them with some relief materials.
Now, the thing is, this thing you said, I told the woman yesterday when she was complaining. I said, now, it's not as if this is not the fault of the government now, right? If actually they will send relief materials down to the level where it's supposed to be distributed. Now, they cannot just bring it into the community and start sharing. They have to go through the community heads. And then it's so unfortunate that we have community heads in some communities that will be selfish enough to want to gather everything to themselves. Now, in my community, on Saturday,
I personally, if you ask me of my own opinion, I would love for the community heads to be aware of their coming. Then the youth in the area should be the ones to disburse such items. Because, we the youths, let me say, we have more, we know who are in that particular community. We know who are
the people that are
actually in need of that particular thing. You see, if you issue issues like community head, he has those that are loyal to him. He has to give them. He has those, that if anything comes up, they are the ones who actually help in the community. You end up, he in person will end up giving those who are in the middle class and are rich, rather than giving the poorest
people that are actually in need.
So that's the problem. And he's a person that always sits down in one place. He doesn't know all the people in that particular community. And then the youth know who are involved.
In need.
Yeah.
And then it's so unfortunate that they are not even involving the youth. I think it's about time the youth, you take charge of the issues in your communities. You're young, you're agile, you're strong. You don't let these old men that are weary and can hardly even help themselves walk around just do things the way they want in the community. I just can't imagine, like in my community, the relief material they shared, they shared to selected few, very selected few. And then the people that were even given are people that they can afford. You can't imagine you coming with food materials and giving food ingredient with food and giving someone that is selling food stuff. Now this woman runs a shop. She has a shop. There can never be a day where she will go to bed hungry. She has a shop, and then you're carrying a half bag of rice and you're giving her a carton of noodles, a carton of spaghetti, 2 liters of vegetable oil, tomato paste, a carton, giving her. Does she really need it? To tell herself the truth. And where there are people, there are widows, there are people that cannot, the less privileged, that cannot even feed. There are the old and weary that are not even strong enough to even go around to help themselves. And I'm very sure in that very community, the Meyangwa, he knows that the distribution wasn't done properly. And then to crown, what even annoyed me the most about this whole thing is that they took it to the church. Now people will feel, since it was taken to the church, they will be truthful enough, since it's in the church, to share it the way it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, it wasn't shared the way it's supposed to be. Now there were people there that there was this widow that she was seated there. She was among the people that came to meet me and were complaining bitterly. She said they were there and they were asking, so far was Susamu, but they haven't gotten. Abasu komudu rice ne. And then the woman that was in charge said the one that remained is for the shop. That was on Saturday evening. And on Sunday, lo and behold, they packed more. This is
where the youths needed to have intervened. And had it mean some youths have accumulated in that particular spot, what do you think will happen?
It will cost.
They'll end up looting the shop. They will loot the shop.
And then
in fact, they will loot
the fight will start. And then these things are things that are avoidable. And I don't know. I will follow it up because
yes, I ensure that you do that. Yes. Whenever you get back to the Angwa itself, as a community, you need to follow up issues like that and see how you can be of help and assistance to some of those people who are really in need. So regarding this particular story, this one really happens in
Genta
Mangoro, and we would love to actually follow up this story, and you can definitely hear from us maybe on Thursday or next week Monday regarding this particular story. So we have our second story for the day that says fuel price increase, Tinubu APC are anti-people insulted sensibility of Nigerians, says PDP. Now the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has described the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as anti-people following the recent fuel price hike in the country. Now it reports has it that Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited NNPCL on Tuesday adjusted fuel price to 885,000 naira per litre across its filling stations, despite the denial by the federal government that it authorized a fresh increase in the price of petrol. Now, reacting to the development, the PDP, in a statement on Wednesday by its National Publicity Secretary Debo Olagunagba, said the increase in petrol price is an insult to the sensibility and well-being of Nigerians. Now, the party said the government of President Tinubu has no consideration for Nigerians and has further increased the suffering and hardship of citizens based on the decision to hike the cost of fuel. Now, the PDP also rejected the price increase and called for its reversal, as well as other policies put in place by the current administration. Now, the statement reads, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, rejects the punishing increase in the pump price of fuel to over 1,000 naira per litre in various parts of the country, describing it as a brutal assault on the sensibility and well-being of Nigerians by the insensitive and arrogant All Progressives Congress APC administration. Now, the thoughtless increase in fuel price, especially at this time, is a huge recipe for crisis, as Nigerians cannot bear its worsening effects on the suffocating economic hardship which they currently face under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration. The secretive and corrupt administration of the petroleum sector and persistent increase in fuel price under the Tinubu administration without due regard to the well-being of the people is akin to pushing Nigerians to the wall and daring them to do their worst. Now, the APC administration has consistently shown itself to be anti-people, unconcerned, and deaf to the agonies of millions of Nigerians who can no longer afford their daily meals, medication, and basic support for families due to the catastrophic high cost of living occasioned by the insensitive and reckless policies of the Tinubu administration. Today, under the Tinubu-led APC administration, over 150 million Nigerians have sunk below poverty line. Businesses are collapsing daily as the naira now exchanged for over 1,600 naira to a dollar, with over 34% inflation rate and over 40% unemployment rate, which are expected to rise further with the latest draconian increase in the price of fuel. There is practically no hope in sight under the current APC administration policies, as major multinational companies continue to exit our country in droves in the face of ill-conceived and ill-implemented macroeconomic policies. Now, the administration by the APC-led federal government that it has handed the fate of Nigerians to oil racketeers in the name of free market economy further validates the position of the PDP that the Tinubu-led administration has abdicated the primary purpose of the government, which is to provide for the welfare and security of the citizens. President Tinubu is the Minister of Petroleum Resources and cannot exonerate his government and officials from the secretive and fraudulent management of the petroleum sector, which is fast pushing our nation's economy to the precipice. Moreover, it is inexplicable that the APC administration continues to increase fuel price despite the scandalous revelation in the public domain that it is secretly paying a whopping 5.4 trillion naira as fuel subsidy for 2024. The APC government has now become an enabler of a cabal of corrupt APC rent seekers who apparently derive pleasure in inflicting pains on Nigerians, while hugely benefiting from the proceeds of incessant increase in fuel price to satisfy and fund their luxury appetite and consumption. With the hopeless state of affairs of our nation today, our party wonders what President Tinubu, during his numerous trips abroad, says to his foreign counterparts in nations where leaders prioritize the welfare of their people. Nigerians will recall that the PDP had on several occasions offered constructive advice and suggestions on the management of the economy, which the APC government, in its arrogance and failure, ignored. Our party, and I quote, restates that with a defects, transparent and innovative management of resources, economic potentials, comparative advantage, and national refining capacity, petrol should not sell more than 250 naira per litre in Nigeria. The PDP calls on President Tinubu to save the country from further socio-economic dislocation by immediately reversing the latest provocative increase in fuel price and revisit all life discounting and suffocating policies of the APC government. End of quote. Full stop. No comma. I quote too. Now quote I quote. I beg.
No be you talker.
Not me talker.
Oh boy.
What a long speech.
Do you understand? And to me, why are they politicizing the situation we are going through, the whole thing we are going through right now?
Yeah, we don't mind though.
But they shouldn't see.
See, my dear, even if the party is Illuminati, we don't care. Let things work for the poor.
The way it should.
Let things work for the poor. That is it.
It's as simple as that.
Just no long English.
All this long grammar and all, they said this,
provocative,
and all
abusive,
suffocative. Let us enjoy the dividends of democracy. Doc said
at a point I'm beginning to. Are we enjoying democracy?
Are we? Really though, is that's the question.
I think that democracy is just in writing.
It's just in words. We're not feeling
not in
it.
action.
Not in at all,
yeah,
in any
not
way.
In action.
We're not feeling it. Do you know how much I came to the studio today? Like from my house. Now let me tell you how these things.
Do you know what? These things begins to hammer me the more when I see people with cars coming, trekking, taking bikes. Like I begin to wonder. Is that it? 1,200 naira per litre in filling stations.
Per litre?
Yeah.
You can imagine.
My first transport this morning, they said 600 naira. I say, wow. Really? Okay, if you times it. In fact, that minimum wage will not even do people.
It's what
that minimum. See, even the new minimum.
Okay. It won't do.
Some governors are not even paying.
They're not even paying
the old minimum wage.
Not to talk of the
recent one. Not to talk of the increase.
One of the government of the state said. He said his states don't have money to pay the civil servants the new minimum wage. That they don't have the money.
Then they should close all the civil servant, corporations they have.
You know, it baffles
Let
me.
everybody go to private sector and work. See, you cannot be working and you're not being paid. You see, a lot of people that resort to bad acts, one way or the other, the end of the story is they are trying to make ends meet.
Of course.
Even the civil servants, some of them after work, they take their own cars,
They run streets. Yes, they run the streets, do from one place to another, just to be able to get little to take home and just keep the car going. But right now they cannot even do that. They cannot even do that.
I saw someone actually going to service his own car, and the price is even mentioning. For me, it's very, very alarming. Like, seriously, I cannot spend that whooping amount on a car. Car is a liability.
It's a liability, but at the same time, it's a necessity.
It's a necessity. Really necessary.
It is. It's not something you should do without. Totally, it's not something you can't do without. When you are in a position where you can get one, where you can afford one and maintain, you should. It's to me, when someone asked the question some years back, which will you start, a house or a car? Me, I went for a car. But then everybody too has his own what he desired, right?
You know, which will you start with?
I went for a car. I'll start with a car.
You live in your car, Abi? 100% I'll live in my house.
Auntie Ricky, let me tell you something. This is how this thing works now, yeah? Now, if you're having, for instance,
do you know that if you have a car, you cannot tell somebody that you're broke?
You cannot even tell somebody. You cannot even want to tell yourself.
As a single lady, if you have a car, let me tell you, it's only a man that is beyond your standard. That can approach you, but nobody below your standard can dare approach you.
You see me,
there's this charisma that car carries. You not get shishi. You not fit that person say you not get shishi because you carry car.
But then me, I've grown past that level. At a point in my life, I used to see people that owns car. Like, I think it all boils down to maturity in the head. You understand? Yeah. But then owning a car doesn't necessarily mean you're rich. And to me, see, you know, I traveled to Abuja some weeks ago. You remember I told you?
Yeah.
And then
for the protest,
I don't know for you. One Uber I took, the Uber guy, he said he lives in his car. Yes, he said he had been in Abuja for 3 months. Now all he does is he drives, go into a public car where he can park, like a space where he just can park his car that he knows is safe. He will sleep. He have his things in his boot, right? Then he goes to a public toilet, all these public toilets that they have around. He goes there, he baths, and he changes. If he wants to wash his car, clothes, he takes it to the laundry, or he goes to the same toilet where he went to bath and wash his clothes and wait for them to dry. And he takes it, he folds and puts it in his car. He said he has been doing that for the past 3 months. And then he's just about to pay for a house. He just got a house. He just got the money to pay for a house. And then he has been doing that. Except if you don't have a business mindset. To me, if I have, as a woman, I will drive car.
All right, I think this is we are on the verge of going on a commercial break with the men on the council. For you to actually join the conversation after the break, go to our Facebook page at TUNTBE Radio FM TV. Just like our page and drop your comments, and we'll take your comments directly. View us live on our YouTube page at TUNTBE TV and our WhatsApp page at TUNTBE Radio FM TV. Send your SMS on the number 08037497127. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back in a jiffy.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the fullest.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It a kill law, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs,
If you're just tuning in, it's the frequency of Unity 9.3 FM, just radio and TV. And the program going on is Hello at Work, a program that brings you trending issues on social media. Before we go for the break, we've taken our first second story, and we are about to take our third story that reads Rebecca Cheptegei, 1991 to 2024, Ugandan Olympic runner dies days after being set ablaze by ex-boyfriend. Now, not after a few days of battling for her life for being set ablaze by her ex-boyfriend, Ugandan Olympic runner Rebecca Cheptegei has sadly passed on. In an unfortunate turnout of situation, Ugandan Olympic runner Rebecca has sadly passed on days after being set on fire by ex-boyfriend. She was rushed to a Kenyan hospital and was in critical condition with more than 75% burns on her body after being set ablaze by her ex-lover following an argument. Now, the incident, which occurred last Sunday in Trans-Nzoia country, has been described by authorities as stemming from a domestic dispute involving her partner. It was said that the alleged attacker also sustained serious burns, as reported by the local police chief, Jeremiah Ole Kosiom, in a statement to journalists, and the two are being treated at Muryar Referral Hospital in Eldoret, the main town in the region. Now, the couple were heard quarreling outside their house. During the altercation, the boyfriend was seen pouring a liquid on the woman before burning her. Mr. Kosiem was quoted as saying, now following the attack, she was initially treated at Kitale County Referral Hospital before being transferred to Eldoret for intensive care. While doctors were battling to save her life due to the severity of the injuries, the marathon runner was said to be airlifted to Nairobi for specialized treatment, but unfortunately died before this could be done. Athletics Kenya President Jack Tway, also a vice president of the World Athletics, expressed his dismay at the attack, emphasizing that such acts of violence should never be tolerated, especially within the sports community. The incident that happened to our athlete from Uganda is really unfortunate and sad, because you can't harm somebody due to disagreements about property, especially from a partner. As a federation, we condemn this in the strongest of terms possible, because this is not how we are supposed to live, said Tway. Cheptegei was a Ugandan long-distance and marathon runner who represented her country at the Paris Olympics, where she finished 44th in the women's marathon event. Her case is now the most recent in a number of tragic events from the past, including the deaths of older athletes athletes in the region under violent circumstances, which is now a cause for concern in the Kenyan region. May our gentle soul rest in peace, and
Amen.
Violence should not be tolerated no matter what. Despite the fact, even if the liquid is water you're pouring on me, I'm leaving that premises, because it's better for me to stay alive to tell the story.
What is even the need of staying in an abusive relationship? You know, when I saw this story, you know what struck me first? I will always tell myself, you as a man, let it be that I love you to the skies and beyond. You point a finger at me, and then your tune. You know, there is a way someone will get angry and you will see rage all over his face, and then you're removing veins and muscles as if you're talking to a fellow man. Bros, I'll take a bow.
No, this one is an ex already.
I would. And what business do you have with your ex?
Ex is called ex for a reason.
If he's an ex, then he should continue exing himself away.
Yes, exit.
Exit, you understand?
Yeah, you're an ex, please exit.
So keep exiting the cabin.
Go and exit somewhere.
As simple.
An ex will exit and exist
somewhere. We don't know where. We don't even want to care. We don't care to know where. Just day or day.
If you care about an ex, definitely you are still in love with that person. And I see something. Maybe it has to do with financial issues. And you know, all these athletes, they hardly do away with their exes. Why? Because the exes felt they are entitled to the women because the women are making money. You understand? Maybe the ex is a broker.
I don't even want to know. But then, sincerely, I think is inhuman for you, even on your own side. Though, you know that you are in a relationship that is abusive, whether as a guy or as a woman. I've seen a woman that slapped a guy. She slapped the guy. She said confusion in his spirit. I believe his spirit was confused. In that kind of relationship, what will you be doing there? There are women that abuse their partners too. I used to have one as a neighbor when I was in Abuja. This man, if he hears the wife's voice, he picks race. A man relegated to being a child. If he hears the wife's voice, if she's sitting, he can't sit, he stands. What will I be doing in that kind of relationship?
Is she a soldier?
Which she's a bloody market woman.
Civilian.
Very, very bloody
market civilian.
I'm telling you. If she's sitting down, if that woman is sitting down here, he stands, he can't sit.
Someone will tell that this woman knows how what? Like, really?
Enslaving someone.
Even if it's your child, a child shouldn't freak.
When he sees
by hearing your voice, he shouldn't do that.
And then we have people in relationship like this. I have a friend. I have this friend of mine. The boyfriend will always beat her. He will always, she's not a friend, she's someone I happen to know. He will always beat her. And then, that was some 2 years back. I think he was involved in an accident or something and he died. You know, when she was crying, you know what she said? She said, why will he die? She likes the way he used to beat her. She likes the way... And then don't think as if she's just saying it because out of pain that the guy is dead. Even while they were still together. If I advise her, she just leave this guy. This guy will always beat you. He will beat her in the morning, he will come back in the afternoon and beg her, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. In the night, he will beat her. In the middle of the night, he will beg her. There hardly goes a day where he don't lay a hand on her.
And
hardly.
She enjoys it.
She always have swollen one place or the other on her face.
But now that he's there, she still misses the beating.
Do you understand?
For that few hours, maybe she's still missing beating.
Is that a cause or something?
Yeah, no. He has tortured her in such a way that she's now.
You should never ever
addicted.
Be in an abusive relationship.
She's addicted to the beating.
And it's possible. You
Definitely.
know, you can get.
Is the phone on?
Yeah.
All right. The number for you to call in is 070-3235-3315. 070-3235-3315. Call in and drop your comments, and we'll take your comments directly on this particular program. Go to our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM TV. Just like our page and drop your comments, and we'll take your comments directly. Okay. Let me check. Okay.
If you have any. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you
coming from? Good morning, Kayatarwa. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, I have heard what you have said about this issue. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead,
please.
My name is Abubakar Ibrahim. I'm calling you from Ibrahim Kasuna, precisely Butcher Line.
All right. Welcome on board, Abubakar Ibrahim from Butcher Line. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The issue of our nation is this. You know, this our government has brought about this to the common man, isn't it?
Yes, where we do go on.
Yes, in fact, yes. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, we are getting
it. Always spread it for themselves. In my community, they are trying to mainly for the handicapped. Supposing the government, so like that kind of palliative for them, people have been better, but now there are people who are handicapped, blind, naked, and so on and so forth. So this kind of palliative is not good to reach them. And we said we have government. They didn't blame the road leaders, community leaders, and even workers, because they only give it to the religious leaders, and the religious leaders only read it for themselves. So in a country like this, we need people who are for the poor, not for themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's just sad that you find people being unnecessarily selfish to their fellow people. We are in this together. We know what we are going through. We know the pains. We know exactly how painful it is. But then you would prefer to cheat your fellow man. You know, I said something. I said, you know, we sit to blame the government. If we are in that position, we might do worse. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, HAJARKU.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from, please?
Adeumi, welcome on board. Go ahead, Adeumi.
Welcome. Thank you for a good one.
Amen.
You see, my take this morning is this. Even we, the masses, we are not helping ourselves. Just as you said earlier, you see, in 2010, when I lost everything during the crisis, there were little palliatives that were given to cushion the loss which we passed through. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so we go to the Obasanjo College. Could you believe people I saw there never even missed, even their shirt was not missing. But they were the one that came with the whole of their family members. You understand? And people that are even not most of their things, we are not there. We were not even be able to even get anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we the masses sometimes we need to be the listening. We don't need the government and have our own part to play.
Yeah.
Because imagine the fuel price that was high. If they collect any fuel, you sold for 1,100 naira or for 1 2. These stations have not been opening for more than 1 year or two. Started opening now and start selling fuel. And that's the major thing that even concern me most. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is one of the things that we need to take care of. And on the other hand, in the part of the government, you see this anti-people's policy that you said. If we didn't get people's friendly policy, we don't know where we are going in this nation. Because there are people that are not eating. If you go to the street, you will see someone, people now become farm beggars. You understand?
Yeah.
You be saying, bro, please, can I get transportation to this? I'm going to my children are at home. I have not eaten anything. People are really suffering in this nation. The right time the government must reverse some of its policies. You see, I support what Atiku has been saying this, the 2023 presidential candidate. He said President Tinubu should reverse some of his policies. At least it's not a crime. And I want to give a simple scenario. When President Muhammad Buhari came up with the Naira redesign policy, and people began to die, and people began to stay naked in the bank. I think it was President Tinubu that said the old note and the new note should work together. Even and remove the indefinite and make it indefinite.
Yeah.
The new note, because President Buhari is run till December. But when he came on board, he saw that people were suffering and he had to remove it. So what is making it difficult for him to remove some of the policies? Please, and we are pleading. Nigerians are suffering and people are really dying. But people are even going to the extent of committing suicide. Please, our president should do the needful. We are tired. This is not what they promised us. He said he has had the poor clearly that he had our cry. So why are we now suffering? So please, we just pray for God's intervention to just touch the heart of people so that the poor can breathe in. Thank you, and God continue to bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Adeomi for that comment. And we have our Facebook comment that says, Salam alaikum, Mr. Shukaya and Justin, orders in the studio. May Allah have mercy upon the difficulties of our dear fatherland. This is coming from Saddam Yunus and Salim Jamilu Baba. Also like this particular page. Thank you so much for that comment. Do you have any call?
No call.
The number to still call again is 07032353315, 07032353315. The number to still call again is 07032353315, 07032353315. I have this particular story that I want to, read out, and it reads 16-year-old arrested for defiling 3 sisters in Plateau. Now, the Plateau State Police Command is saying it has arrested a teenager for having sexual intercourse with 3 sisters in the state. The State's Commissioner of Police, Emmanuel Adesina, made this known in Jos while briefing journalists on the operational breakthroughs recorded by the command in the state capital and other parts of the state. Now, according to the commissioner, the 16-year-old suspect identified as Miracle Igwe Buke was arrested in the Tudunwada community, just not local government area, after having carnal knowledge with the victims aged 6, 9, and 12. Now, Miracle confessed to the crime and further states that one Bonkat Dombim female, 38 years, of the same address, have been seducing and having sexual intercourse with him since he was 13 years old of age. This news is coming from our Facebook page at Trinity Radio FM TV. Just go there, read the story for yourself, and drop your comments, and the comments will be read out in our previous programs. We have a lot of trending stories on our Facebook page. Don't pass a day without actually going to check for yourself 1 or 2. These are the things that happen in our community, just right where we are.
And this is a breaking news.
Yeah. It is, and it's also very, very sad, A lot of things are really happening. People begin cry.
This is unfortunate.
Honestly.
This is what? I just hope the law will take its due course on the person that had been defiling that boy.
Yeah. It's very, very sad.
It is.
It is sad.
It is unfortunate. It is so. Why will people want to do that? Why? I can't just seem to imagine why on earth. Okay, we lost that call. Please keep your calls coming in.
07032353315, 07032353315. All right, at this verge, I think we can take our last. Is there any call?
No.
All right, your last words are for you, Josephine. So our listeners.
Well, please, the life is too good for you to want to give up on hope already. No matter how hard it gets, giving up is not an option. We keep trying, we keep pushing on, we keep living the life till we succeed in this life. No matter how hard the country gets, don't think of taking your life. Don't think of hurting your neighbor by stealing or resulting to one thing or the other that will cause others things. I remain very Josephine.
All right, a very big thank you to you all out there who actually find out time to give us a call, drop in your comments, and a lot of things is really happening. But let's be prayerful and hopeful, hoping that things will really get better. And also, this last story we read is really, really alarming. You need to set your eyes on your children. Look at them carefully each and every day, and carefully look at their movements and know what they are up to. I hope that the security agency will get to catch up with the 38-year-old lady. That person, she needs to be arrested because she is the one who actually started the fire. In all this particular situation. A very big thank you to you all out there for finding out time to give us a call, dropping your message, and giving us a listening ear, because without you all sitting out there, we wouldn't be sitting here. I remain Rukayet Sani Ibrahim and also Comrade Farid Josephine. Thank you for always being here. Though Farid Josephine is sitting on a time bomb, but this is a discussion that we need to have after this particular program. I remain Rukayet Sani Ibrahim, and I urge you to keep a date with us, same time, same station on Thursday. Once again, don't change your dial from Unity TV and Unity Radio FM. From us to you, bye.